This podcast is a member of the Place to Be Nation family. Visit us at placetobenation.com, the only place to be in your pop culture world.
This is It Was a Thing on TV.
Spoiler number 1 is Dr. Lee Franz. It stinks.
What is going on? What is going on?
Episode 114, submission number 270, Carter Country. Carter Country aired on ABC from September 15th, 1977 to August 23rd, 1979 for 44 episodes over 2 seasons. Here's the elevator pitch, guys. You ready for this? You ready for this? I'm about to give you the elevator pitch now.
Okay.
In the heat of the night, right?
Yeah.
But it's a comedy. It's a wacky comedy. And it takes place in Georgia around the time of the Jimmy Carter presidency.
I would say that.
Is In the Heat of the Night meant to be comedic?
No, it's meant to be a thought-provoking thriller/crime drama. This is going to take that premise and combine it with the Andy Griffith Show, and it's going to be funny. Or at least it's going to be awkward. Probably awkward. I don't know.
Yeah, this is not a good idea.
Why do you sound like Regis when you're pitching it?
Yeah!
I have no it's like I have no idea. I was going for a smarmy used car dealer, but it sounded like Regis, so I just ran with it.
Hey, Galvin, I got a great idea for a series. It's a series about some cops in Georgia, and there's casual racism involved.
It's out of control. Yeah, it's like I was going for a used car salesman. It came out Regis, so I just kind of rolled with it.
Oh, casual racism? It ain't casual. They're just out and out, just like throwing it in your face.
Oh yeah, let me tell you something. One of the characters is actually a member of the Klan. That's how racist this show is.
Yeah, and he's not even wrong about that. Just to be upfront with everybody, Chico lasted the opening segment, literally the open of the show. That's all he saw. But no, Greg said he lasted 10 minutes.
My face has been frozen when I heard Klan. I was like, what?
No, that's true.
It's true. One of the characters, and we'll get to all the characters in a moment, but one of the characters is an out-and-out member of the Klan.
Good night, everybody.
Yes. Yeah, well, and Greg has left his chair.
Yep. Hey, you know what, Greg? You lasted longer than I have.
But I lasted longer than both of you because I watched 2 whole episodes.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Mike could not sit through 5 minutes of Manimal, but he could sit through 2 episodes of Carter Country.
Well, I sat through the first episode, which is highly racist within the first 7 to 10 minutes. And then I sat through not as racist of an episode afterwards, a second season episode. So I've got more insight, for lack of a better word, than my two compatriots.
Yeah, insight being an operative word here.
Yeah, it may not be the best word for the situation, but I'm going to roll with it.
Yep. That's pretty much what I did with the whole used car dealership as Regis. But anyway, so first of all, let's explain the name. Carter Country. If I'm not mistaken, Jimmy Carter is from Plains, Georgia. If I'm not mistaken,
He is.
He is from that area. And this show supposedly takes place in that area, but in a fictionalized small town called Clinton Corners.
Which makes you wonder if they tried rebooting this comedy around the time of Bill Clinton's era, would he have come from a city called Carter Corners?
Carter Corners, Arkansas?
It could work. Just outside of Little Rock. Yeah, that's where the Whitewater Rapids are, or,
I could see that. You could probably get like Nolan Richardson in for a cameo, probably.
Oh, Nolan Richardson doing a cameo. Oh my gosh. That I would actually watch that. Nolan Richardson. And thing is, if you don't know who Nolan Richardson is, sorry, go watch some sports.
Yeah, especially go watch the 1994 NCAA tournament on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, Corliss Williamson. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Did he beat North Carolina? Is that why you're so quiet?
No, we actually won the championship earlier the year before.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
thank you, Chris Webber.
Yeah, running out of timeouts. How hard is it to count timeouts? Hey, he got the last laugh because he's worth a lot of money.
Oh,
and he's on TNT.
That's true.
Yeah.
Whereas Rasheed Wallace and Jerry Stackhouse, I'm sure, are floating out somewhere. They're going to be in the spin-off Patreon podcast, It Was a Thing on a Basketball Court.
Nah, Jerry Stackhouse had a decent career.
Oh, he
Rasheed
totally-
Wallace.
And Rasheed
Wallace also has titles.
Yeah, he won a title with the Pistons.
Yep.
That was great.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this show takes place in the fictional town of Clinton Corners, Georgia, which is not Atlanta, which is not Savannah, which is not even Valdosta. It's somewhere down there where Jimmy Carter is apparently from. And the action centers around two contrasted police officers. We have the police chief, the big white police chief, Roy Moby, played by Victor French, and the city-bred, college-educated, New York Times reading African-American Sergeant Curtis Baker, played by Kenny Holliday.
And of course, both those names would go on to co-star in two huge NBC dramas back in the 80s. Victor French being in Highway to Heaven, and Kenny Holliday being in Matlock.
Matlock!
Hey, I gotta be honest. It was weird seeing Victor French without the Oakland A's hat.
Oh, yeah, indeed. Indeed.
Well, you haven't watched early episodes of Little House, have you? Or was it later episodes of Little House? Victor French was in Little House.
It makes sense considering Michael Landon was in both shows.
Mm-hmm. And we have in our little cadre of civil servants of Clinton Corners, Georgia, Mayor Teddy Burnside, as he likes to say, Teddy Burnside, you're mayor by a landslide. Played by Richard Paul, who I forgot how many episodes of Match Game he was on, but
He was on a lot of episodes of Match Game in the late 70s.
He was a regular after Richard Dawson left.
Mm-hmm.
And also, eventually we'll get to it, but he also co-starred on future installment 1 in a million. Just added to the list earlier today.
Yep.
What the hell is 1 in a million?
Basically, ABC trying to find a way to get a vehicle for Shirley Hemphill.
This was between what's
happening now.
Yeah. This was after what's happening now.
After what's happening, not what's happening now.
Yeah, I was about to say this is between what's happening and what's happening now.
Wow.
By the way, what's happening now, also a future entry.
But also Richard Paul, he played Jimmy Falwell on what was the movie with Larry Flint?
Oh, The People
versus Larry Flint
with Woody Harrelson. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's someplace else you'd recognize him from.
Mm-hmm.
And he does look a little like a preacher type.
Yes.
Very conservative looking, a little plump. I could definitely see him pulling off Jerry Falwell. Because also he has that fake Southern Baptist.
Oh yeah, it's a very good voice. That fake Southern Baptist.
It's a very convincing voice. Yes.
Quite convincing. All right, and next we have a deputy officer, Jasper DeWitt, played by Harvey Vernon, who, by the way, was also a fake-ass Southerner from Flint, Michigan, who we know who's been on. Holy cow! He's been in MacArthur, Teen Wolf, Someone to Watch Over Me, and he was on an episode of Highway to Heaven, and an episode of The Golden Girls, and an episode of Deep Space Nine.
And we should add that his character, Jasper DeWitt, very racist. Very racist.
Oh, yeah. He is. Are you ready for this?
Oh.
An out-and-out member of the Ku Klux Klan.
We'll talk more about that later.
That's what I was like. Nope.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
Yeah, and I was stupid enough to sit through 2 episodes. Well, but yeah, again, I'm flustered. And the thing is, this TV show, Carter Country, was developed by Bud Yorkin, Saul Turtletub, and Bernie Orenstein, a name you'd associate with Sanford and Son.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
the toy triumvirate.
Yeah, the toy triumvirate. They had their hands all over Sanford and Son. Then they come back, and apparently racism is funny. I must have missed that memo. And we got 2 years of this. But if you think the entire cast is racist, no, it's primarily just Jasper DeWitt. We have a town employee, an administrative assistant type, working, I'm guessing, for the mayor or the police department, probably the mayor, Barbara Kaysen, who played Chloris Phoebus. That's a name.
What a name.
Yeah, that's a name. And where you might better know her from is she played Gary Shandling's mother on It's Gary Shandling's Show.
Oh, one of the best theme songs of all time.
Oh, yeah.
The Gary Show.
Yeah, that's going to be discussed in the Art of the Theme Song episode.
Oh, that's one of the best ever, absolutely.
Whenever we get to that one. That is the classic expository theme music.
And you know what else we're going to talk about in the Art of the Theme Song?
What's that?
The theme to Wings.
Oh, God. You know what? I posted on my Facebook, and you guys probably saw it.
Yeah, we all saw it. Yeah.
Like, Franz Schubert, I sang his stuff during college.
And we never knew that he was the composer of one of the greatest shows ever.
Mm-hmm.
Channel 456 on Pluto TV. They have all of maybe about 25 episodes.
Yeah, they have up to season 4, I believe, because I know that Tony Shalhoub is added to the credits in season 4.
Yeah. And by the way, guys, we did add to the list the episode of Wings where Lowell built a model blimp and Joe stupidly flew the blimp and Roy broke it, making Lowell cry.
You wanted to put an episode of Wings on the list so bad!
I did!
That's the perfect one. I'm sorry.
It is.
You get Thomas Hayden Church crying. It's so great. And by the way, I would rather talk about that episode of Wings than this show right now.
Yeah. Okay. Getting back to the cast here, we talked about Barbara Kaysen, Harvey Vernon, Richard Paul, and then we have the goofy Deputy Harley, played by, oh God, I'm gonna screw this name up.
Geach Cook.
Thank you, Mike.
And where do we know him from? Well, he was on She's the Sheriff. Oh, there you go. He went
nice.
from one police show to another show a decade
We
later.
have he played one goofy deputy. I guess he was afraid of being typecast. I don't know.
Well, no, the other place that our astute game show fans might have noticed him from, he was on, I believe, 2 weeks of Match Game 78 / Match Game PM.
Okay.
Yep.
Which is
I
how I
remember
know how
those
to
2
say
weeks.
his name.
Geach Cook.
Geach Cook. From Carter Country, Geach Cook.
From Carter Country, Dish Cook.
Yeah. And rounding out the cast as the mayor's secretary and a love interest for Curtis Baker would be Vernie Watson. And if that name sounds familiar,
Wait a
now
minute.
this is a story all about how my life got turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. What?
Oh, you mean Will's mom?
Yeah!
She's the reason why Will had to go to Bel Air.
She's the one who gave him her kiss and gave him her ticket. He put his Walkman on and said he might as well gig it. That's another theme song we'll discuss later.
Yeah.
Okay, we can also add a couple other more contemporary TV shows. She played Althea on The Big Bang Theory.
Okay, yeah.
For 6 episodes. But even more current, she's actually currently employed. She plays Gloria on Bob Hart's Abishola.
Oh, Bob Hart's Abishola, which we mentioned back in all the way in episode 0.
Yay! Still hasn't made the list yet, though.
Yeah.
No, we're not putting Bob Hart's Abishola
No,
on.
we're not.
No, it's not happening. It's not happening. No.
We're not. We already have. We already have one show featuring
Mark Addy? No.
No, not Mark.
James. Billy Gardell.
Yeah, we have Monopoly Billionaires Club with Billy Gardell on the list.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So that covers it.
Mm-hmm. Star turn. Anyway,
as we said earlier, good heavens, if you just wade in the shallow end of the pool of this show, you're gonna have racism galore.
Oh yeah.
And I know Greg lasted 10 minutes, and he didn't even watch the worst 10 minutes, in my opinion.
No, I didn't.
now we're talking about the pilot, right? Because I've got the episode guide pulled up.
We're talking about episode 1, which is called Hail to the Chief. We'll go through the episodes in a bit, very quickly. There's 44 of them, so we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on each episode. But,
Good.
Yeah. But I do want to look at the whole sphere of Carter Country. But that first episode, within the first, I'd say 7 to 10 minutes, oh my gosh, you already had at least half a dozen references to white power, racism, very uncomfortable. Plus also within the first 10 minutes, as Chico mentioned earlier, he mentioned that Jasper was a member of the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sort of have confirmation of that, again, within the first 7 to 10 minutes, because he mentioned something about clothing, And I believe it was Cloris's character who said something to the extent of, "Oh, are you going to go change into some new sheets?"
Oh.
Which was welcomed with a ton of laughter because racism
Racism's funny.
in 1977. But yeah, the first episode was like knee deep in racism within a very short period of time. The second episode I saw, which was actually a season 2 episode, it was very more thinly spread out. And actually there was like an actual plot and character development, but a little easier on the racism. So, yay! I don't know what to say about that. It's not necessarily a yay, but yeah, just going through the episodes and bits and pieces that I saw besides the 2 full episodes, yeah, cringeworthy. Definitely not something you can rerun today. Even though, from what I saw, this may have been rerun in syndication as late as I'd say the early 90s.
How?
I mean, it didn't make 100 episodes. I mean, that's the magic number. But I know, looking back at TV listings for this area, around 1980 to 81, it was on at 11 o'clock at night on an independent station.
Yeah, those independent stations were hurting for programming back in the 80s.
No, this one aired MASH reruns and Sanford and Son reruns and Rockford File reruns. I mean, they had plenty of quality reruns in their stable. And plus they showed like Gilligan's Island and Brady Bunch, the usual 60s schlocky sitcom fare during the day. But also, on at least one of the episodes on YouTube that I came across, there was actually, if you remember this, back in, again, the 90s, I'm guessing early 90s, they had these little segments where it would be like this day in history, this day in television history. They had one of this day in music history, which, again, the same independent station here used to show in between shows. Just saying, oh, on this day in 1955, Elvis Presley, married his...
I remember those.
Whatever. Yeah.
I remember those.
So that's why I said, that's why I believe this aired as late as probably the early 90s, because that was definitely something around like 91, 92, 93. And I can't believe any place would rerun this in 91, 92, or 93.
Well, it wasn't the woke millennium just yet. It was just the I need 5 more minutes early 90s where everybody was an environmentalist.
Yeah. Also, we should add, now this is probably never going to be on DVD. I wonder why.
Next question, please.
Well, what I was going to add is, if you dare, plenty of episodes of this are on YouTube. More than half the run. And you have a good, fair mix of first season episodes and second season episodes. I think I saw there's at least 30 of the 44 episodes up there on YouTube. So if you're curious, don't complain to us saying you didn't warn us. Yes, we did.
Buyer beware, folks. Buyer beware.
Yes, we've been saying it for 20 minutes or so. Tread lightly. It's not for everybody, and if you're very sensitive, yeah, don't blame us. We're just the messengers.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, how about we go through the episodes really carefully, really quickly, just to show that this is not totally about racism. I mean, yes, there's racist overtones, and I mean, even
there's racist characters.
There's Even in the
one racist character, but he's really, really good at it. Almost disturbingly so.
Even again in the first 3 or 4 minutes of the first episode, you've got some racial overtones. Not even mentioned. You have actions that could be construed as possibly racist, or at least at the very least, very stereotypically Southern. So the first episode is called "Hail to the Chief," and President Jimmy Carter is coming to town, and Chief Moby is all excited for him to try his fried chicken, but Mayor Burnside has other ideas. Fried chicken? And guess who's in the same scene as Chief Moby's making fried chicken?
Oh.
Who do you think? Sergeant Baker.
Hey, I got a question. With a title like Hail to the Chief, you'd think that there would be a plot involving Billy Barty and another dwarf and a magician trying to replace Jimmy Carter with a double.
Greg, we already did that episode.
I know, but I so wish that this was the actual plot of the first episode.
Everything goes back to that episode of Super Train.
And the episode of Super Train with the poker game.
Yeah, of course that. Well, it just goes back to Super Train. I mean, there are only 6 episodes that you could pick from.
8 episodes, silly.
Oh, 8 episodes. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And you only constantly talk about 2 of them.
Hey, we got to do a live watch of one of those episodes of Super Train one day.
Oh, mercy. So anyhow, Chief Moby wants President Carter to have his fried chicken, but Mayor Burnside, has ulterior motives. Specifically, I want to get a photo with Jimmy Carter. That's going to make my popularity go up. So you can see Mayor Burnside is already, looking at how can I stay reelected, or how can
Mayor Burnside is your typical deep South politician, in that he is not in office to govern. He's in office to stay in office.
Yeah, and not that, this may be a little bit of a spoiler for a later episode, but he might be on the take a little bit.
What? A guy,
a Southern politician on the take. I know.
Wow, this doesn't sound contemporary at all. Especially in the state of Georgia, if you know what I mean.
Wink, wink, yeah. Okay, episode 2, Beating the Pounds. Chief Roy goes on a crash diet in an attempt to lose weight, and it makes him more irascible than ever. During one of his arrests, he's accused of police brutality, so he must defend his actions. Why, hi there. Police brutality, Deep South? No, I've never would think that would happen.
No.
Hey, let's move on. Really? Oh my gosh.
Okay. Oh God.
Oh, geez.
What is it?
Episode 3, Out of the Closet. Okay, I'm done. We've done racism. Now we're doing Out of the Closet.
A dumbfounded Chief Roy is called as a character witness when one of his best friends, a school teacher, sues the school board for firing him when he announces he is a homosexual.
Oh, God, no.
Next episode!
Wait. There's something we need to talk about here.
What is it?
Okay. On this episode, playing Murdoch, now not the A-Team Murdoch.
Or Roger Murdoch. Or Rupert Murdoch.
Or Rupert Murdoch, or any of those folks. Is George Gaines.
Are you kidding me? Commandant Lassard?
Commandant Lassard?
No.
Henry Warnemont?
That's what I'm talking about. Henry Warnemont. Punky.
Oh, Punky.
Oh, Punky. Don't go in that refrigerator, Punky. It happened.
I know it happened.
It happened, it happened, and the Chicago Cubs let it happen.
Oh,
Oh, jeez. Don't blame the Chicago Cubs.
that's what happens when they blew that 2-0 lead to the Padres, and Steve Garvey hit that home run off Lee Smith.
Now, next thing you're going to do is you're going to blame Bonnie or Seth.
Next episode.
Next episode doesn't actually have a capsule, at least from what I've seen.
I got it.
Oh, you're a stallion, even though you didn't see any of this.
No, yeah. Big thanks to ultimate70s.com, by the way. The Fireside Burnside budget chat. An outraged Chief Roy is forced to make good on Mayor Teddy Burnside's promise in a radio talk to make a $20,000 cut in the police budget.
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
No, it's never good when people could lose their jobs because of budget cuts.
Especially the police budget.
Especially the racist police budget. Yeah, darn right.
Mm-hmm. Episode 5, Baker Buys a House. Part 1. Baker, taking Chief Roy's advice to invest in property, uses a $5,400 insurance check to buy a house in a white neighborhood right next door to his coworker Jasper. Oh, shit.
This is not going to end well, but also at the same time, this is a sitcom trope.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm surprised that capsule you just read doesn't end with 2 words. Hilarity ensues.
No. Because, let's face it. Really? And besides that, it's a 2-parter. Here's the second part. Chief Roy, disturbed by an epitaph spray-painted on his deputy's door, drives the crew crazy in his determination to find the culprit.
Yeah,
I can only imagine what that was.
Yeah, that didn't end terribly well.
No.
And that takes us to episode 7, Bye Bye Baker. Chief Moby and Sergeant Baker both apply for the same better-paying position in a neighboring county. The situation understandably leads to a rivalry between the 2 men. On one other of the episodes that I saw, there was a similar plot involving Sergeant Baker and I believe Jasper. Maybe it was even Chief Moby. No, I don't think it was Chief Moby. Where Sergeant Baker got the position because he scored better on the test, and that obviously shows his his upbringing in terms of being college educated, being a very wise person. But I did not see this episode. I don't even know if this one's online, but it seems weird that they sort of recycled plots in a 44 episode run.
Really?
Well, yeah, like I said, there was a similar plot. I don't remember if it was Chief Moby or if it was Jasper, but it was a similar situation where Baker and somebody else applied for a job, and Baker got the job or got the promotion, the raise, because he scored better on his test than whomever. I don't think it was Chief Moby because, well, it might have been Chief Moby. We'll talk about that when we get to season 2 because I believe it was that episode that I'm going to refer to later that I saw.
Yeah,
it happened.
Yeah,
but now, we've got a senior citizen siege.
Oh no! All the old people have been sieged. What's going to happen? How are they going to get the country kitchen buffet, guys?
I don't know. Okay, so Mayor Burnside is forced to listen to the grievances of 2 irate senior citizens who hold him at gunpoint to get his attention. What?
Okay, well, oh my gosh. I don't even know how to respond to that. Yeah.
I believe age comes wisdom. With age also comes, well, yeah.
Well, and taking a look, the two senior citizens, one was male, played by Fred Stuffman, and the other was female, played by Elizabeth Carr.
If I'm not mistaken, I may be wrong here, but that's the same Elizabeth Carr who was on Mork and Mindy, right?
You are absolutely correct. And actually, hold on. Stop.
Oh no, what?
Fred Stuffman should ring a bell because we talked about him about a year ago. I forget what episode number it was on. It was maybe 10 or so. He played Henry Alder, Larry's dad, on Hello, Larry. Hello, Larry.
Oh, he was
Hello, Larry.
He was in season 2.
But he still played Hello, Larry, the father on Hello, Larry.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. He came in the second season.
Yep, he was there with Meadowlark and them.
Yeah, after George Mamoli got fired from the radio station.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, George Mamoli. Rest in peace. Hey, chicks and turkeys. Appropriate given when we're recording this.
Oh yeah, and appropriate given my Zoom background theme is the scene from South Park History Channel Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Aliens. Just aliens. Chief Roy anticipates another holiday battle with his in-laws. Curtis is stood up by Lucille. Gloria is stood up by her boyfriend. And no one can figure out why Harley wants to work on the holiday. 'Cause he's Geach freaking Cook, buddy. That's why.
Hey, they probably pay time and a half or at least some sort of differential. Maybe that's why they had the budget issues. Just saying.
Then we go to episode 10, Chief to Chief, with Kenneth Mars as Chief Thorpe, who is the archenemy of Chief Roy. Thorpe and Roy are in a confrontation. Thorpe annually leads his department's baseball team to victory over Roy's team by using dirty tricks.
Oh, no.
Now, Kenneth Mars, he has a very diverse background, to say the least. If you remember Malcolm in the Middle, he played Otto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he did a ton of voices. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I know the name.
Yeah, he did a ton of voices on Land Before Time.
Ooh!
The TV series.
Not the movie.
Well, which movie is that? The 5th one, the 6th one, or the 12th one? I don't know.
Actually, if you look at his IMDb, it's like all of them. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, Land Before Time had like a crap ton of straight-to-video sequels.
I really do.
Yeah. It looks like the answer is he was in all of them. He was in the Little Mermaid TV series.
Oh.
Yeah. He did a lot of voiceover work. Fievel's American Tales.
Ooh.
I remember that show.
Darkwing Duck.
Ooh.
Tailspin,
yeah.
Basically, all of the Disney afternoon shows.
A lot of the Disney afternoon shows. A pup named Scooby Doo from the late 80s.
I believe that's on the list.
Yep.
Oh, one that's definitely on the list, the Flintstone Kids.
Yeah, the Flintstone Kids.
Oh yeah. So yeah, he and the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he did a ton of voices. The Biscuits. He was on the Biscuits and Shirt Tails. And Shirt Tails. Oh, and Laverne and Shirley in the Army.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's one we need to put on the list if it's not on the list.
What?
Absolutely. Laverne and
Laverne and
Shirley.
Oh, we already put it on the list, I believe. Isn't that streaming somewhere?
I don't know.
I don't.
I thought that was streaming somewhere. I don't know.
It might be, but there's so many bad shows that are on the list that it could easily be. Yeah, we might be confusing it with another TV show. But yeah, so yeah, he was on a ton of TV shows, specifically as a voiceover artist.
Ah, cool.
Oh, hey, look at the title of the next one. This can't end well at all.
Oh, boy. Episode 11, Union versus the Confederacy. Chief Roy falls into a trap when he treats his annual negotiating session with the mayor as the game they usually play. The mayor has hired a professional negotiator. Well, that seems kind of innocent enough.
Boy, that seems a lot better than what the title would make you think.
Yeah.
You'd think we'd have, like, the Second Civil War going on.
Nope.
Okay.
And the next episode just sounds like something out of King of the Hill. A hunting we will go. Roy and the gang go looking for Big Buck, a legendary local deer.
Okay, so it's like hunting for Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Except
Only it's...
a big deer.
Yeah.
He likes big bucks and he cannot lie. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Episode 13, By the Light of the Moonlight. There are 5 guest stars, none of which I've heard of before. Maybe you have. When a dispute over a holiday load gets out of hand, the participants, Chief Roy and Deputy Curtis, spend Christmas Eve in jail. Uh-oh. Episode 14, The Physical. Oh, boy.
Let's get physical. Physical.
I'm glad he did it and not me.
Okay, Roy is afraid he'll lose his job when the mayor orders the police force to take physicals. Have you seen the mayor? He's the one who's in need of a physical.
Hey, he's the boss. He can do whatever he wants.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And, doesn't look like anybody, well, I don't, as Richard McKenzie is a doctor.
He appears to be that guy from that show. He was on 4 episodes of Matlock in 1986 and 87 as
Matlock!
Another going back to Matlock that we talked about earlier. Lieutenant and eventually police detective Reuben Davis.
Awesome.
Okay.
He was also on definitely future installment It Takes Two with the Seagal sisters as Walter Chaikin.
That would be the older, the Seagal sisters.
Yeah, that wouldn't be Peg. That would be
That would be Liz. That would be Liz and Jean Seagal.
Yeah, the older twin sisters.
Yeah.
The excuse the phrase, the less successful of the sisters. Hey, they got It Takes Two. What else did they do? Moving on.
Episode 15, Roy's Separation. Chief Roy becomes a swinging single after he finally separates from the wife he feels has endured him. He has endured for too long. And among the guest stars in this episode is Barry Youngfellow from Buterin Tree. It's a living.
Is it still living a future entry? I don't think it is.
I don't know if it is, but
I don't think it qualifies.
Okay.
No, it ran for a long time in syndication. Maybe we might add it to the show. It came back in syndication. It died at the network level, but it came back in syndication.
Do we have that as a thing?
I could make it a thing.
I'm pretty sure we do. Yeah.
Well, if not, we will.
Because gosh knows we have enough.
Oh yeah, it came back from the dead. Yeah, it is.
It came back from the dead.
Okay. Episode 16, Red Armstrong, Goodbye. Chief Roy gets Curtis to help with a benefit to aid ex-Chief Red Armstrong with his enormous hospital bills. Then Curtis discovers that Red had been notoriously bigoted as a police officer.
Ooh. I was going to say, this hits too close to home for me over the last couple of months. But no, there was no bigoting with me.
It got you to the edge of paying attention, and then it just yanked you back with its, yeah.
Oh, this one sounds like it could be something on the take for...
Oh, boy. Oh, God. You want to talk about hitting too close to home? Check this out. Ballots for Burnside. Oh, boy. I'm going to get so many tweets about this. Chief Roy and Curtis find an unopened ballot box in the City Hall basement, indicating that Mayor Teddy might not be the rightful mayor of the town.
Boy, this isn't contemporary at all.
Yeah, is this taking place in Philadelphia?
And if so, does this take place in Four Seasons Total Landscaping?
Oh, jeez! No, God!
Someone get OAN on this!
No! Stop!
Hey, someone needs to get OAN and Newsmax on this, because this is a travesty. I've never used the word travesty before. I don't even know what it means, but it's a travesty, okay?
Oh, my gosh.
Well, he lost. We can make fun of him now, so...
Okay. Next episode, before I really get letters, the Chief's dressing down. Ooh, Alice Ghostly's in this episode.
Ooh.
Yeah, from most popularly known from Good Times.
Mm-hmm. An embarrassed Chief Roy enlists Curtis's aid when he has to buy a dress for himself at a department store. Chief Roy has to buy a dress for himself.
Woo! Kinky.
I'm trying to wrap my head around this, but I can't.
No.
There's some things that are best left unwrapped.
Oh, boy. Okay. Alright, we're back in episode 19. It's called All About Floyd. Curtis urges Chief Roy to hire another black police officer, then discovers he has made a big mistake.
In this episode, there's one name that's awfully familiar, and it's not for the reason you might think. Bobby Ellerby is in this episode, and Bobby Ellerby, you may have heard the name on Squidbillies. He portrays the sheriff on Squidbillies, but also two, if you are on the Eyes of a Generation group on Facebook, he's the guy that runs that group.
Special shout out.
Yeah, Eyes of a Generation basically is like a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff where people who've been in the industry share photos, collections, images of microphones and technological equipment that they've had over the years, cameras. And Bobby Ellerby actually runs that group.
Oh.
It's a very interesting group, even if you're not in the business. Just seeing the different photos, the images of people with celebrities like Dick DiBartolo, who everybody knows who Dick DiBartolo is.
Oh yeah,
How could you not know who Dick DiBartolo is?
If you don't know who he is, why are you listening to this podcast?
That's pretty much the answer. He posted either yesterday or day before to that group, and then posted to his personal Facebook a picture of him and Soupy Sales on the set of To Tell the Truth in 1980. Again, future installment.
Hey, do you think Dick DiBartolo has ever seen the Philly Mafia's Great Takeout Business?
Oh. No. Don't bring down the good name of Dick DiBartolo, please.
Hey, They could have taken him to 4 seasons of Total Landscaping. You don't know.
Dang it! Moving on.
Moving on. Episode 20. Roy pays his taxes. Chief Roy panics when he discovers he is arrested for speeding the IRS man who is assigned to audit his taxes.
Yeah. Even the police isn't going to get away with that.
Like I said.
Yep. Oh, couple of familiar names here. Diana Muldaur, a.k.a. Dr. Pulaski.
No reaction from Greg?
I don't know who Dr. Pulaski is.
You don't know who Dr. No, okay. She's the doctor of the Enterprise who doesn't suck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she replaced Dr. Crusher on board the Enterprise.
Oh, wait, when Gates McFadden briefly left?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And also Danny Wells, who you might remember as...
Oh, Danny Wells?
Danny Wells, yes!
Oh my gosh!
Luigi!
Yes, Luigi! Oh, I was also going to add, talking about Diane Muldaur, she starred in a future installment, His Honor.
Oh.
But yeah, Danny...
And of course, we can't forget the infamous elevator scene from L.A. Law.
Oh, wait, that involved Danny Wells?
No, that involved Diana Muldaur.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want Danny Wells to be in an elevator scene.
I would have been like, wait, Luigi was the person who died in the elevator on
No,
LA.
it was Diana Muldaur.
Okay. Well, that makes me feel better that poor Luigi was okay and he didn't die on that
Luigi's,
elevator.
no, but Danny Wells sadly no longer with us.
Yeah, he is sadly no longer with us along with Captain Lou.
Oh, yeah.
We will talk about the Super Mario Brothers Super Show next year.
Episode 21, Roy's Encounter. After Chief Roy steals what he thinks is a UFO,
Oh, jeez.
he convinces Baker to return to the mountain site with him.
Wait, he stole a UFO. How big is this UFO?
Supposedly a UFO, I thought.
It's got... if he has a UFO, it's not going to fit in the back of his trunk.
Well, that's true.
It's going to be like as wide as a freaking car. Maybe even bigger than a car.
Maybe Chico can chime in on that.
I can't. Maybe he's one of those. I don't know. Maybe he's one of those micro UFOs, like the Great Kazoo or something. I don't know. And now the season finale. Baker saves a life. When Jasper believes Baker saved his life after their patrol car crashed into a truck full of live chickens.
Only in Carter Country. Only in Carter Country.
Jasper moves in with Baker, determined to pay his debt.
I thought they were neighbors, so he moved in next door? Just throwing that out there. Oh, wait, let's get to season 2 really fast because
Okay. Yeah. Season 2, episode 1. One of our chiefs is missing. With Chief Roy handcuffed to a prisoner, gets lost in a storm on his way to Atlanta and involves the police department in a zany manhunt. Ron McCary of future installment Masquerade makes an appearance.
Cool.
Wait. Rob McCary has been talked about at least once in the past because he was Gorgeous George on The Cool Kids.
Yay!
Oh, that's right! Yeah, we did talk about it. And also, Rob McCary, as we mentioned, was also in War and Remembrance, the sequel to The Winds of War. And you know what? Sadly, I'm still upset we never got the epic sequel to The Winds of Whoopi and Remembrance.
Oh, Greg.
Well,
Somebody hug him.
it's been 32 years. I need to have that sequel to The Winds of Whoopi.
Anywho,
Okay.
very interesting. The next episode, Chico will give the recap on it, but we have a very interesting guest star who actually made 2 appearances on Carter Country. Go to the recap and then mention the very special, amazingly special guest star.
Okay. The Tracy Report. Chief Roy's problems with the citizen who threatens to sue for false arrest swell into hilarious panic when something happens to the man in the chief's office and a young woman reporter seeks all the juicy details. The young woman reporter is Tracy Quinn, played by, are you ready for this?
I hope you're sitting.
Oh.
I hope you're sitting. I hope you're sitting out there in podcast land. The Melanie Griffith.
Wait a minute. You mean...
Yes.
You mean Dakota Johnson's mother.
Yes, Don Johnson's ex-wife, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you heard what we said. Yeah, exactly, her.
Yep.
And the thing is, if you look at her, I mean, she's couldn't be older than maybe about 21 at the time.
She's old enough to be a feisty reporter, that's for sure.
Yeah, she's maybe 21 at most in this, but you can look at her and you know exactly who she is. You look at that face, it's like,
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap, that's Melanie Griffith. No,
Yep.
There's no 2 ways around it.
Yep.
But she does make an appearance later on, actually. But we'll talk about that later, possibly.
Mm-hmm. Next is The Selling of the Mayor, Part 1. Roy decides to run for mayor.
Okay, this is actually the second episode I saw. And I didn't realize it's a 2-parter. So yeah, Chief Roy decides to run for mayor against Mayor Burnside. And Mayor Burnside's scheme is to actually get Sergeant Baker to promote him, to support him, in order to, here's where racism is coming into play, in order to get the black vote.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, and that goes, we go more into detail with that in the next episode, which is part two.
Well, hold on. Before we get to the conclusion of it, what happens is they're neck and neck most of the night. You have Mayor Burnside off to a big lead to start. And by big lead, I don't mean very big, because there's maybe like 300 or 400 votes cast total, which is kind of weird because Teddy Burnside is saying, oh, this mayoral debate's going to go to thousands and thousands of people. Well, you had maybe 350, 400 voters. That's not really thousands and thousands of people.
Yeah, it must have been a lot of registered voters saying, no, we're not even going to bother with this crap.
Well, no. What happened? What happened is Burnside started off with a decent lead. Then Chief Moby came back and the next total and had a decent lead. But then, Teddy Burnside said a comment to the extent of, "Oh, they haven't counted the rich vote yet."
Oh boy!
And then by the end of the vote, he won. And I'm not going to say by a landslide like his catchphrase said, but he had a decent amount of the vote. But however, there's a second part.
Part 2.
Yeah.
Mayor Burnside offers Sergeant Baker the chief of police's job in exchange for his endorsement in the mayoral campaign. That's not crooked.
No, wait. That was in part 1. That continued in part 2?
That continued in part 2, yes.
Yeah, because that was part 1. And again, that goes back to what I said earlier about Mayor Burnside trying to get the black vote by having the black employee, the black police officer, endorse him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there was a second part. I didn't even know there was a second part. I don't remember seeing.
There was a second part.
Okay. Well, the episode I saw was 21 minutes long, so it is what it is. You know what I feel like after hearing there's a second part? I feel like a poor butterfly.
Yeah. Okay. What?
Did you see what I did there? Did you see what I did there?
I totally saw what you did there. Now you see what I'm about to do here? Chief Roy throws his mother and her friends in jail when they stage a sit-down strike at a new factory site. His mother is played by Amzie Strickland. One of her friends, Mrs. Forsyth.
Wait, yes,
Mike, get yourself together, man!
I want Greg to hear this.
Okay, what is it?
One of her friends is played by Nidra Vols.
Nidra Vols!
Yeah.
Jesus.
Shut your mouth, Greg.
I'll say this. Nidra Vols provided nothing of value to the match game Howard Squares Hour. No value at all. None.
I hope you can see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, put those things away, Mike.
Nidra Vols is your individual equivalent to Glenn Quagmire in Wings.
Play the clip here.
Match game Hollywood Squares made Nidra Vols' career.
Wait.
I love Match game Hollywood Squares.
Wait. Nidra Vols had a career?
No, different strokes made her career. Let's be honest.
Yeah. You better just take it back now. Take it back now.
Okay.
It's not
Okay.
gonna
All
end
right.
now.
Hey,
Kids.
sorry.
Kids.
Sorry, not sorry.
Kids.
Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, I figured. Sorry, not sorry.
Season 2, Episode 6, Gamblers Unanimous. Hey, look who's back.
Nidra
It's-
Vols.
It's Melody Griffith as Tracy Quinn.
Oh, good.
Chief Roy bets with Baker on the outcome of a football game after receiving guaranteed inside information.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Again, that hasn't been done in the past. Married with Children High.
Yeah. You know who wrote this episode? No wonder it sounds familiar. Mark Fink wrote it. Mark Fink writes a lot of sitcom episodes. He tends to repeat himself after a while.
Well, he didn't do Married with Children, so maybe it was just very coincidental.
Maybe. Episode 7. Roy makes the grade. Mayor Teddy is furious when Chief Roy is chosen Most Distinguished Alumnus by Clinton High School's seniors. Okay. I guess Teddy wanted to win that one too. Why didn't he just go on Twitter and bitch?
'Cause he's dead.
True. Episode 8. Hurricane Jasper. Oh boy. Jasper assumes command in Clinton Corners when the town is put under martial law because of a hurricane.
Yeah, those things happen with hurricanes.
Yeah. But Jasper, as in the town racist. He's the town racist. Anyway. 9. The firing of a Harley. And, Chief Roy's mom is back. After Chief Roy has fired Harley Puckett, the Chief's mother shows up with a plan to get Harley rehired.
Oh, good. We need to save Geach Cook's job.
Yeah, he's the comic relief here. It's the only thing worth watching in this terrible, terrible show.
No, don't say that.
Well, okay, you know what? We'll get to this. We'll get to this later in the podcast, but yeah. Episode 10, Ode to Billy Joe. Roy is shocked to find out that a garage owner who's a good friend of his is bilking Clinton Corners tourists with false auto repair charges. A crooked mechanic?
Stop the presses.
I am shocked. There is gambling going on in this establishment. Episode 11. The Russians are coming. Chief Roy almost creates an international incident when he tries to help a Russian dancer defect. The dancer, I believe, is, well, there are three guest stars here. Richard Libertini, who I believe is in something familiar. He plays the Godfather on Soap.
Oh, the Godfather. Yes. Yeah, one of the big plot lines, I believe that was in season 2, season 3 cliffhanger, possibly?
Yeah. Brenda Benet is Natalia. She's a quintessential that lady from That Thing. And Ari Barak, this is his only known role that I know, and he plays Dimitri. Episode 12, Happy Anniversary. Chief Roy brings in a psychologist to conduct a group encounter session in an effort to modernize the force. And I don't know how, but his mother becomes involved.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it's not. Episode 13, Teddy the Tiger.
It's great! No, it's not great.
Chief Roy is unexpectedly decked by the mayor, but for some mystifying reason does not seek revenge. That would be a guy by the name of Joe Taggart, who was on future entry The Magician.
Oh, boy.
Yep. New Kid in Town is the 14th episode. A runaway orphan arrives in Clinton Corners and claims Chief Roy as her father. The runaway orphan is played by Kyle Richards. Yes. That Kyle Richards.
Oh, no. But I'll give her... Wait. Is she the woman holding back her sister Kim in the smudge memes with the white cat?
Yeah. And she also played Lissy on future installment Down to Earth. But yeah, she's mainly known for being one of the Real Housewives nowadays.
She's in the smudge memes. Oh my gosh, that's great. I mean, I knew her sister was in there, and we talked about her sister. And going back, we talked about her sister in the Hello Larry episode. Boy, everything's going back to Hello Larry today. But yeah, she's the woman holding back her sister, who's pointing at the white cat who's sitting eating broccoli.
Mm-hmm.
Best meme ever. You heard it here. Best meme ever.
Yes. Okay, episode 15. Baker's First Day. Sergeant Baker quits the Clinton County Police Force and goes back to New York City. The captain, Jack Carter. Yes, that Jack Carter. And aside from that, well, you know he's going to come back because, well, yeah. Episode 16. The Last Dinosaur.
Wait, does it involve Denver, the Last Dinosaur?
No, that's another episode.
No.
That's another episode, Greg.
Oh, I would have rather talked about Denver, the Last Dinosaur than
We know.
Carter Country.
We
I
know.
would talk about anything than Carter Country right now.
We know. Chief Roy begins to worry about his job when several of his colleagues lose their jobs to younger men.
Oh, now we're bringing ageism into this. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Shagism, ragism, all the isms. Episode 17, Part 1, the big move, Part 1. Rumors of the impending marriage of Sergeant Baker and Lucille have the townspeople of Clinton Corners in a tizzy. I told you he'd be back. Episode 18, The Big Move Part 2. Lucille shows up unexpectedly at Sergeant Baker's bachelor party. Uh-oh. And catches him in the arms of another woman. It's not Mother, because, yeah.
Kyle Richards makes another appearance on this episode for some reason, hopefully not at the bachelor party. I'm going to assume the other woman is played by Ronalda Douglas, and really doesn't have a whole lot of credits to her name. The two that I see, and I know one is definitely on the list. The other we could make a case for. The new Odd Couple with Ron Glass is definitely on the list, and she made appearances on 4 episodes of that series.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is The Secrets of Isis, which I believe was a that was like a sort of either Filmation or a
side story spinoff of Filmation's Shazam.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's either Filmations or a Croft show. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Filmation.
Well, we know it's gonna be low quality then.
Oh,
but
totally.
yeah, those are her two main.
That's like low quality, but not totally low quality.
Yeah, she appeared as Rennie Carroll on 7 episodes of that, and that really is her career in a nutshell, just about.
Mm-hmm. And episode 19, The Big Move, Part 3.
Oh, does the wedding go on?
I am led to surmise that it does, because Baker, Chief Roy, and Mayor Teddy become locked in a bank vault just before Baker's wedding to Lucille.
Yeah, and there's actually a character called Minister on the IMDb, played by DeForest Coven,
who was on 2 episodes.
He was on That's My Mama. He was on That's My Mama.
Of course he was.
We love That's My Mama. That's our wings of the mid-'70s.
Oh boy, made Clifton Davis's career.
You're darn right, and had some of the best theme music ever.
Mm-hmm. Episode 20, Teddy's Folly. When Mayor Burnside appears to have lost his fortune, his gold-digging fiancé decides to skip town.
Oh, jeez.
Not relatable at all. Must avoid obvious joke. Episode 21, The Prisoner of Clinton Corners. Hey, look, it's Roy's mom.
Oh.
And Kyle Richards.
Oh, great.
And Danny Wells is back, too.
Oh, good, Luigi's back.
Yeah, and I love his character's name on this episode. Slippery Sam.
Yeah, that's not slippery. With Chief Roy...
I wonder who the Prisoner of Clinton Corners is.
When Chief Roy refuses to pay alimony to his ex-wife, he winds up in his own jail plotting an escape. Well, Mike, there's your answer. You wanted an answer? There you go.
Yeah.
How much longer is this episode going to be? I'm going to take a nap right now.
I got one more episode. Yeah, I got one more.
I'm gonna take a nap.
And okay, I'll just gonna skip to the important bit. Roy's mom and Kyle Richards are in it. This is the final episode.
Oh, thank God.
Yes. The Abominable Snowman. Chief Roy agrees to give the mayor bit part in the police department skit. Yeah,
okay,
and that's the show. You can tell sort of where the bite. I alluded to this when going over the episode, but I think you can tell where the sort of bite went away, or where the shock sort of gave way to something sort of milquetoasty. Because the first season was 32nd out of 104 shows, which isn't bad. It's you know what? People have been, it's like shows have been renewed in like mid-30s during the seasons. And sure enough, this show was renewed. Then it dropped to 70th out of 114 shows.
Yeah, that's the death knell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank God it's over. That's all I gotta say. Thank God we don't have to talk about this anymore. At least Victor French went on to Highway to Heaven, and he got that sweet-ass Oakland A's cap.
Yep. Victor French did go on to Highway to Heaven. Kenny Holiday did go on to Matlock. Fernie Watson did go on to Fresh Prince.
Richard Paul went on to Match Game. Harvey Verdon was a racist and was stereotyped forever.
Yes.
And Kyle Richards wasn't the greatest meme of all time.
And Kyle Richards was in the greatest meme of all time, damn it.
We should also add a minor catchphrase created by this TV show was, "Handle it, Roy. Handle it. Handle it."
Handle it.
Yeah.
Handle it.
But also, this may speak to the popularity of the show. On one of the few episodes of Hollywood Squares that existed before the GSN reruns of 2002, it was a party episode, and Victor French was actually on that episode. And would you believe he actually portrayed Roy Moby?
What?
Are you kidding me?
It was a party episode, and he portrayed Roy Moby. You heard what I said. They made references to the TV show, and since obviously he was a police officer, they had like a fake walkie-talkie. What's your 20, good buddy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But there's actually one more thing we need to talk about regarding Carter Country.
Okay.
What's that?
It's eBay Price is Right.
Oh, crap. If this is what I think it is, I'm walking out of here right now.
What is it?
Okay, what is it? It's another bumper title card, another art card from ABC for Carter Country.
Cool.
Oh, good. I thought it was one of Jasper's wardrobes.
Good. No! Damn it! Don't bring the show down. No. So, anywho, all the main cast members are huddled. There's like 7 of them. Man, this is like an ensemble cast. It's your usual sitcom fare. Carter Country, ABC, art card, again, probably in the range of 8.5 by 11. And we're going to start with Chico because he's the one who absolutely despised this show the most.
I did. You know what? I'm going to go $8.99.
Greg?
Oh. I'm going to go $9.49.
And both of you are surprised anybody would pay money for this.
Why would anyone pay money for this?
Well, no, this actually, I mean, again, even though it's really not a great show, it's very racist.
No, it's not.
It is still a part of television history, whether we want to admit it or not.
Hey, I would rather get that second chance slide than for, like, what was it, $5 or whatever, than this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're paying a lot more than $5 for this. You're paying $12.99.
Oh, good. I win. Good.
But, yeah, I mean, there's a number of photos on eBay. There actually, it looks like we're on TV Guide's cover.
What?
Really?
What?
Should I have done that for eBay Prices Right?
You probably should have done that for eBay Prices Right.
Oh
no, you're gonna do another.
No, I'm not gonna do it. No, I'm actually gonna pull up a TV Guide.
Okay.
Just so I can tell you when they were on the cover.
Okay.
And this was March 11th of 1978. So again, we're in first season.
Okay.
And there was a very creepy caricature of Victor French. I'm going to give Kenny Holliday credit. His picture looks normal, but I mean, it looks like Victor French's face is falling off.
Oh.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna send you a link. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna put it in this chat.
Okay.
Okay, take a look at this. And is that really a horrible caricature of Victor French?
Yes, look.
I'm taking a look right now. The horrible caricature.
Oh my God! It looks like
my God!
he looks like he was stung by a bee.
Somebody get that man some penicillin.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like, with all due respect, the Elephant Man. Looks like his face is falling off. I am not an animal.
Why didn't David Lynch hire him for the Elephant Man instead of John Hurt?
It's like, oh my God! Somebody get that man some penicillin.
So yeah, I'm not doing TV Prices Rights because I think we need to wash our hands from this episode.
Yeah, Carter Country. It was a thing on TV, and that's all I have to say about it.
Yeah, let's just forget this ever happened, and let's just move on. Wow!
Handle it, Roy. Handle it.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey, Ronald, know what time it is?
It's a good time to tell time with Ronald.
Time for our tennis match? Nope. Time to start buying Christmas presents. I'm giving you-know-who a Ronald Mcdonald digital quartz watch. Wow. They come in red or blue, tell the time and date, and have a great-looking face. Thanks. And what's more, each time you buy a watch for a special low price at McDonald's, you donate part of that money to your local Ronald McDonald house. Thanks.
Go for it, red.
Go for it, black. Go for
Get
it.
off my back.
Connect 4.
Got 3 in a row.
Go for one more. Go for it.
Too late, Joe.
Connect 4.
Go for the fun of Connect 4. 4 in a row wins.
Go for the bottom. And go for the top. Watch for the block.
Forget it, you're stopped.
Go for the glory. Go for the star. Go for it.
I win.
Connect 4. Go for it.
Yeah.
Connect 4.
Hey, kids, ever want a popsicle but Mom won't let you have a sugary treat before dinner? Then how about a snack that's easy and quick? Like Mr. Larry's toast on a stick. All the fun of a popsicle with no muss or fuss. No dripping chocolate, no sticky fingers, just a few toast crumbs and that's it. So go for the snack that won't make you sick. It's Mr. Larry's toast on a stick.
The preceding announcement was paid for by the American Toast Council.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Place to Be Nations, JT Rosero and Chad Campbell here. We want to let you know that we have over 24 podcasts available on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and PlaceToBeNation.com. We now offer them to you on 2 great feeds. On the Place to Be Nation Wrestling feed, we dive into topics running the gamut from today's WWE to the glory days of yesteryear and the ins and outs of the territory days. In addition to our full-length shows, we also deliver to you special pod blasts on topics old and new.
The Place to Be Nation Pop feed is a veritable treasure trove of great content. Offer tremendous shows covering the land of movies, television, life, comics, and sports, brought to you by the most knowledgeable and insightful folks in the podcast world.
You can find all these great shows, plus archives of our past podcasts from over the past 8 years as well by subscribing to both feeds on iTunes. And while you're there, be sure to rate and leave feedback as well. All of these shows, plus others, available on PlaceToBeNation.com, where we cover pro wrestling, sports, movies, comics, plus in-depth stretch projects, and much more. Be sure to support our site by using www.PlaceToBeNation.com/Amazon when doing your online shopping. We want to thank our friends at Boneheads, Wing Bar, ProWrestlingOnly.com, and HistoryOfWrestling.com as well. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. PlaceToBeNation.com, the only place to be in your pop culture world.
Episode 115, Submission 1714, Caesar's Challenge. Caesar's Challenge aired on NBC Daytime from June 14th, 1993 to January 14th, 1994 for a total of 155 episodes.
From the entertainment resort capital of the world, Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the exciting new prize Maximus Letter Perfect game show, Caesar's Challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, Ahmad Rashad.
Hello, everybody.
From the entertainment resort capital of the world, Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the exciting new prize Maximus Letter Perfect game show, Caesar's Challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, Ahmad Rashad.
Holy crap, we did like the whole open a cappella.
Oh yeah, Greg and I used to do a cappella opens all the time.
Oh yeah, well you were gone. We did it all the frickin' time.
I thought you were going to
I just wanted to say letter perfect because our announcer guy, Steve Day, loves to enunciate his consonants.
Well, guys, this one's sort of I don't want to say necessarily depressing episode, but this is the last of the NBC daytime game shows. Remember, there were very slim pickings back in the early to mid '90s when it came to game shows, and they were definitely on the outs.
It was basically the game show realm was basically Wheel, Price,
and
Jeopardy,
and that was it.
And maybe you can include something like Studs.
We got Letterman or Studs. You can either have Studs or Letterman.
So yeah, and even though this was the last NBC daytime game show, my gosh, it ended on a high note. This is a superb game show.
Yeah, I guess this would be NBC's sort of event game show. From the fact that you're giving away tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you're in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And you got an up and coming talent from the network sports division in Ahmad Rashad hosting, and this would really be the genesis of Ahmad Rashad moving from Ahmad Rashad football player to Ahmad Rashad television presenter.
Well, he would have been in the sports division for a solid decade at this point.
Yes.
With the NFL and then eventually the NBA on NBC.
Yes.
Yeah. And then obviously he transitioned. I don't know when this started, but it was around this time. NBA Inside Stuff.
Oh, yes. NBA Inside Stuff.
Because with
Willow Bay.
Yeah, Willow Bay, and later Summer Sanders.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the jam back on Saturday morning after you watched Saved by the Bell, the new class. Time for NBA Inside Stuff.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah!
You gotta get your Grant Hill fix.
Yes, sir. Where else can you watch Shaq record his
rap?
I got skills. Shoot, pass, slam.
Do you want me to shoot it? No. I have that rap album.
You have that album? Oh my God.
No.
It is so fantastically bad.
Oh, it's going to be covered in a podcast, a spin-off podcast one day.
Along with Randy Savage's rap album.
Oh my God!
Yeah, did you know Randy Savage had a rap album?
I did not know Randy Savage had a rap album.
Okay, I'm just getting this out of my system now. I don't want to get any crap for having Jingle Cats on CD or Regis's Christmas album.
What the hell?
Not after Greg just admitted.
What the hell is Jingle Cats?
It's exactly what you think it is. It's exactly what you think it is, and it's cute.
I'm on the floor right now. I still haven't gotten up in 20 minutes. I'm dead.
Okay, so...
Hold on.
No, you're not sending me a link to Jingle Cats. You're not sending me a link.
No. Just be quiet and listen.
Oh, boy. I've heard this.
Oh, Jesus.
This is
oh.
Some of those cats had a little bit of in-house sweetening, you can tell.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They were definitely doing the Phil Spector Wolves Down stuff on the cats.
Okay, also, just for full disclosure, I did not purchase that. That was my sister's. I just happened to get it after she, yeah. So, trust me, it's not mine, but it's in my rotation of holiday songs. And hey, it's appropriate. It's after Thanksgiving. So enjoy the Jingle Cats. Meow, 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 meow.
Well, I was listening to Monty Python's Ho Ho, Beep, Ho, so I'm totally ready. I'm totally ready for the holidays. Anywho.
Hey, yeah, we're talking about a TV show here.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden we're talking about Christmas? Okay. Okay. So this was going to be NBC's sort of event show. We're giving away stacks upon stacks of cash money dollars. And you have Ahmad Rashad, the star of NBC Sports, hosting it. Oh yeah, and for the ladies, we have a gladiator. A Caesar's Palace gladiator. Most of the runner would be Dan Doherty, but of course you'd have the late poker star Chad Brown.
He was a very good poker star.
Yeah, and sadly no longer with us.
Yeah, sadly he passed from cancer a number of years ago. But also, I believe this is an entry. He was a co-host on Ultimate Poker Challenge, which I am pretty sure I nominated because, good heavens, that was the worst poker show ever.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was very bad.
What do you want for syndicated money, Mike?
Boy, there's so many ways I could answer that. It had nothing to do with syndicated money in terms of the prize money. There were other issues I had with it. But again, that's another show for another day. Hey, besides Dan Doherty and Chad Brown, there was a third one. I don't even remember.
There was a third centurion?
Wiki says somebody named Zach Ruby was a centurion. I don't remember anybody besides Dan Doherty and Chad Brown.
Okay, Zach Ruby was actually on the early installments of Caesar's Challenge.
It must have been really early because I think I've seen the first episode and fourth episode, and I don't remember him. But yeah, he must have been a fill-in or something.
Must have been. Well, okay. Now, we talked about the people in front of the scenes. Let's talk about the people behind the scenes, because we had some heavies behind the scenes here. Rick Rosner. We're talking about 3 or 4 years removed from him doing Hollywood Squares. And he did a really good job. He did a really good job with Hollywood Squares in the 80s. I mean, not many people would have thought to take the show on the road like he did.
Oh,
He
yeah.
did a really good job there.
Oh, the New York shows from Hollywood Squares in that 88
and the beach shows, the Miami beach shows,
the Hollywood, Florida shows. Yes.
Oh man, that was some sick shows there, and also, oh my God! Also, today I learned Harry Friedman was a producer. Uncle Harry, what we call him on WLTI, Uncle Harry was a producer on this show.
And just about everything he touched turned to gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, true legend. But also, we should mention the announcer was Steve Day. If that name doesn't ring a bell, the only other thing I remember him announcing was Just Men. Also a Rick Rosner show.
Yep.
And we got to mention the theme music.
Oh, that's Stormy Sax joint. That is a bop.
And if you listen to it, if you listen to the open and some of the music cues, you can tell it's Stormy Sax. It has a very similar vibe to the Hollywood Squares music.
It has that incredible sax sort of.
Oh, well, yeah, Stormy Sax loves his saxes, yes. Absolutely.
That sexy sax solo, we like to call it. Okay, so, and also, this would be, fun fact, the only game show produced by da 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 shing Stephen J. Cannell Productions.
You guys didn't see me. I
totally saw you. I saw you.
Oh, I'm still lying.
I totally saw you.
I'm still lying on the ground. I didn't see it. I can't wait to see it when I'm done recording.
Wait. Why are you still lying on the ground? Did Carter Country hurt you that much?
It did.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so we talked about the front of the house. We talked about behind the scenes. Now let's talk about the game, which is sort of like what would happen if Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune had a kid, and it was raised by it was raised by a slot machine.
Yeah, that seems like a fair interpretation of it.
Yeah. Okay, so three contestants. 3 rounds of play, and each round you had to place a letter in.
You place a letter in a jumbled word.
Yeah, and you get that, and you do that by answering questions. And every letter is.
And they're multiple choice.
And they're multiple choice questions.
Difficult. But also, we should add, there is a theme to each puzzle. And for a while, they mentioned the theme, but after a while, they said, "Yeah, maybe we're giving away too much information." The theme didn't just relate to the word, the mixed-up word. It also related to every question asked in that round. So the thing is, if you're a smart player and they don't say the category, okay, after 1 or 2 questions, you might be able to guess, oh, this is about politics, or this is about cooking, or this is about television, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so after a question was asked, first player to buzz in with the correct answer won money and got to place a letter. If a contestant buzzed in with an incorrect choice, the other 2 were given a chance to answer the question. If another person got it wrong, then the third player got the money and the placement. Now, like you said, Mike, each of the words fit a specific category. Each of the words and the questions fit a specific category. This was changed so only the home audience could see the category, and Ahmad only revealed it after the words have been solved. A correct solve of the puzzle paid off at $100 per letter in round 1.
We should say $100 per letter that was not placed in the word.
Yeah, $100 per paid off at $100 for every unplaced letter. In round 2, that was 200. And in round 3, that was 300. And each correct answer was worth $100, $200, and $300, depending on what round was in play. Now, in each puzzle, there is a lucky slot. Now, in the lucky slot, if you place a letter in that slot and immediately solve it, you win a cash bonus, which started at 500 every day and increased by that amount for each word went unclaimed, resetting to 500 once somebody claimed it. 2 words were played in each of the first 2 rounds. The third round had a time limit, and the player in front at the end would win. But if they were in the middle of a word, then they would sort of do a speed word.
That's the best. Yes.
Yeah.
And again, the payoff is $300 per unplaced letter, which that really was the difference in a number of shows. That last speed word-esque filling in of the last word of the game.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now, the winner didn't get money. The winner did not get their bank of money. Here's where things get a little bit weird in terms of prizes. The winner got to buy a whole battery of prizes with the money they just won. But ultimately, that was chucked out the window in favor of just giving them a prize package equivalent to the money that they just won. Does that sound a little bit crazy to you? Because it sounds crazy to me.
Sounds a little cheap to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because on some of the shows, the winning contestant might win $6,000, $7,000, $10,000, and the prize package they won doesn't sound like it added up to $10,000. Plus also, I mean, it's not like Wheel of Fortune where, okay, if you don't have enough money, you can put it on account. No, you just get, instead of $10,000 of prizes, probably $8,500 of prizes, let's say.
And the other $1,500, you're just gonna have to figure that one out.
You're giving it back to Rick Rosner.
Mm-hmm. Now the bonus round had 2 formats in the course of its 6 months. The
good format and the bad format.
The good format and the bad format. Let's start with the good format. The first format, the good format, had a gigantic letter jumbler that would deposit letters into a rack until a valid 9-letter word from the dictionary was formed. At which point, you would hear this.
Caesar says stop.
We should also add that this jumbler is actually a cylindrical cage, not unlike like a bingo hopper that you might see, that you get at well, not around any longer, but like Toys R Us or Walmart, where you spin it and the number comes out the side or the top, and you know what I'm talking about.
You see them they're at drugstores. Drugstores sell that stuff.
Oh yeah,
I should know.
Yeah. Another good example of this would be the Golden Bank on Golden Balls, which we talked about before.
Golden Balls reference back to another previous installment.
We always do. Okay, so you have a dictionary certified 9-letter word, and the champion, whoever won the game, can place 1 letter. If he could solve the word with that 1 letter in 10 seconds, he wins a car.
Whoa.
Yeah. However, if not, Well, what happens if they don't solve the letter in one?
They come back as the champion on the next show, and they get 2 letters placed in the right positions if they win. And then if they lose again or miss out on the bonus round, they get 3 letters if they get back to the bonus round. And actually, I believe the most letters I saw somebody get in place, and I don't know why I remember this from my wasted teenage years. The most letters I believe I saw was 5, and I even remember the word. And this guy won the car on this word with 5 letters in the right place. Arizonian.
What?
That was the word that came up. Arizonian.
It is a dictionary certified word.
Yeah, it's not unlike Ohioan or Utahn. It's North Carolinian. It's Oklahoman. It's somebody that lives in Arizona. Arizonian.
So basically be John. So basically one on John McCain.
Sure, why not?
Sure, whatever. Okay, cool. All right, so
him and Barry Gold were only two people from Arizona that I can think of in 1993. Sue me.
True. Besides that, I was living in North Carolina in 1993.
Charles Barkley was traded to the Suns in 1993.
Oh, yep. That's when the Phoenix Suns.
Oh wait.
The Showtime Suns. There.
Oh wait, Lute Olson. That's 4. That's the second.
Name everybody in Arizona Greg can think of.
Hey, if you're keeping score, that's the second straight episode I mentioned a college basketball coach from the 90s.
It's true.
Oh, no.
It's true.
Stop him.
Now he has to find a way to fit Dean Smith in. But anyway.
No, forget Dean Smith. I'm gonna find a way to work. I don't know. Wait. I'm trying to think.
Hey, Greg,
I got one. I'm gonna find a way to work Rick Majerus into the next episode.
Hey, Greg.
Oh my God.
Hey, Greg, I got one more Arizonian for you.
Oh.
Bill Bidwell.
Oh yeah, Bill Bidwell. Is
no baseball in Arizona back in
Is Bill Bidwell still alive?
No, he died a number of years ago.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Okay.
Anywho.
Oh boy. Okay, so that was the good bonus round. Now for the bad bonus round. You have 5 words of increasing letters and increasing difficulty. You have to start with the bottom, which had the least amount of letters, work your way up, which had theoretically 9 letters. And you have 30 seconds to get all 5 words.
Yeah, and we should say at the bottom it was 5 letters, then 6, 7, 8, 9. I think this is a budget saver. Because, well, first off, not many people won the second format.
No.
Not at all. And it was just, I mean, I get, you know.
Okay, all right. You know what? I have it right here from Truth by Consensus Wikipedia. The champion was given 30 seconds to unscramble all 5 words, and doing so won the card, retired him or her as before. However, a rule change that coincided with the introduction of this bonus format was put in place. If the champion made it to the bonus round 3 consecutive days without winning the car, he or she was retired with the respective main game prizes he or she had won.
Oh, no, that's cheap.
That's just cheap, man.
That's
horrible.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
That's really bad. Again, the first bonus round was amazingly incredible, especially given, you know, we didn't have countdown solvers and word jumble solvers back in 1993 like we have nowadays. Thank you, Internet.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand maybe they gave away too many cars. Maybe it was too easy. But then you replace it with the second game, which was absolutely difficult. And most people didn't even get past the third word. They got stuck at the 7-letter word. I mean, a few got to the 8 and to the 9. And obviously there was a couple of wins in that version. But, man, it reeked like a budget saver.
It was a budget saver, especially when you consider that Champs had only 3 chances to win the car. Otherwise, hey, we'll see you at the craps table.
Well, I will add this. Just something, again, that I remember seeing when the show reran on USA, which it did run for a number of months. They never actually got through the full run of the show, which is a shame. They ended somewhere in the second bonus round, I believe. One other thing that may have contributed to the letter cage being retired, not just giving away too many cars. I'm not even kidding. This happened on a number of shows. I believe they were early episodes. At the open of the show, you had in big blue letters Caesar's Challenge, and they'd fill up they'd light up across the board, and you had that letter cage spinning, rotating, which is a cool little effect.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, but there's one problem. During a number of opens or a number of shows, letters would be falling out at random. So you'd have these balls falling out of the cage during the open of the show.
So you're basically saying they had no control over their balls.
Oh, jeez. But also, in addition to this, I remember at least on one occasion, balls just randomly dropping during the open of the show with Ahmad Rashad opening, and he's like looking up and balls just keep falling down onto him and onto the set. Was it that hard to get like a twist tie or a zip tie to keep the ball, what do you call it, the ball release device or mechanism in a position where it can't release balls? Boy, that sounds nasty, but I'm sticking with it. I mean, it just seems so goofy. And actually, I know there's at least one episode on YouTube where the balls do actually fall from that cage in the open. You can see them as the cage rotates. You can see the balls drop. I don't get it, but it's again another goofy memory of besides which is a great show. I mean, yeah, maybe the productions are a little hackneyed. Maybe they needed to do some editing, but damn it, I'm going to say it. The first format was a great format. The first bonus round, the jumbled letters. Whenever you get a 9-letter word, Caesar says stop. Put up the 9 letters in the order they appeared, and if you can unscramble it, we'll give you a letter, but if you can unscramble it, we'll give you a car. If not, come back tomorrow, we'll give you 2 letters, and then 3, and then 4, and then like I said, 5 I think is the most because Arizonian was 1. But we should also note the biggest winner on the show actually is sort of a friend of the show, Chico. Tom Gower.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good friend of the show, good friend of ours.
Yes. But also, we should take a side visit. There is a contestant, and really, you may have ringers on certain shows. This guy was a ringer among ringers. I mean, yes, you had people like Ken Jennings and James Holzhauer just winning tons of money, blowing away the competition. This guy, his name is Neil Bynes. In a proportional way, he did better than I would say Ken Jennings or James Holzhauer ever did. And I know James Holzhauer won $120,000 multiple times on Jeopardy. Again, in a proportional way is the key phrase. So he was on the show on the original version, the original bonus round with the mixed up letters. And he was a buzzsaw. Listen to these numbers and feel bad for the other two contestants. The losing contestants had won $900 and $200. Neil Bynes, by the end of the game, had won $20,700. So he essentially like won everything on stage but the car.
Oh my God.
But and then he went to the bonus round, and guess what the buzzsaw did? He won the car on the word gondolier. Now, doing a little bit of research for the show, obviously he was a master at anagrams and word games. He actually did compete for a while in the Scrabble like world championships or national championships and didn't even do that well at it. So he was good at anagramming. He probably was like an ace at finding bingos on your Scrabble racks. But he was essentially a ringer of sorts because he was in that realm. He was in the Scrabble realm and word games realm. And anytime he got control, he solved each puzzle. And the thing is, there's actually a YouTube clip of him solving these puzzles. Obviously, I think looking at the numbers,
I'm looking at the YouTube clip right now, and they must have really been hurting for money because there is absolutely no Centurion at the board.
No, it's because they said I think Dan Doherty was sick or off that day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because actually in the speed up round, no, I believe Dan Doherty appeared in the speed up, or he appeared at least at the end of the show because when they revealed the letters as they came out of the tumbler, when Dan pointed at the first letter, it didn't originally pop up because usually they'd go in sync. Ding, 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 ding. He pointed at the letter and there was no ding, and he had to do it like 2-3 times and then ding. And yeah, so again, another little haphazard thing that could have been edited out. But I don't think there's a way either of the other contestants could have even won a round. Maybe the guy with 900, but that's doubtful. But anytime Neil Bynes got control, he solved the word, but also I think he solved every single lucky slot. He found every lucky slot on his first turn and got the 500 plus whatever was accumulated in that round.
Yep.
I mean, he literally was like the ringer of ringers. It just makes you wonder, how would he have done if there wasn't, win the car and be retired? How would have he done if he could last 5 episodes? Or how would have he done on the second bonus round? He may have done that like literally in like 10 seconds. He would just be like, oh, edema, frigid, whatever the 7-letter word is, whatever the 8-letter. He'll just like right off the top of his head. It's like he's reading a list of words: 5-letter word, 6-letter word, 7-letter word, 8-letter word, 9-letter word. Holy crap! He won the car in like 5 seconds.
Oh God, this guy's incredible. I'm looking at the supercut of his episode. He's up to. I'm halfway through. He's up to almost 13,000. That's 10 times what his opponents have combined.
Yeah, like I said, at the end of the game, he had 20,700.
There's the Centurion.
Yeah, maybe he had to go take a bathroom break.
He had to go to the atrium.
The show started without the Centurion. But again, Neil ended the show with $20,700 or points or however you want to phrase it. And his opponents combined had 1,100. So he only beat them by almost 20-fold.
Yeah, this Neil Bynes character, he is very, very good.
Oh yeah, he's actually partially the reason I wanted to talk about this, because he really is like a master of the game, and he does not get mentioned all that often among really great game players, because obviously he was on for one day.
Yeah.
But he just like wiped the floor with his competition.
He was like the Michael Larson of this show.
Oh, yeah.
He was
Ken Jennings before Ken Jennings was Ken Jennings.
Yeah, and again, he didn't cheat. Everything was done on the up and up. And just like Michael Larson, he just played the game the right way. He played the system. And we should also add one more thing, and this was a nice touch at the end. The audience game.
Oh, that was awesome.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, where Ahmad and the Centurion go into the audience and give 5-letter words to the audience members, and if they're right, they can take a handful of what's in the bowl. And what's in the bowl, and it's a big bowl. I mean, it's
a really big bowl.
And it's got to weigh a lot because of all the stuff in there. There's silver dollars. There were casino chips to Caesar's Palace, but there's also chocolates, sort of like the gelt that you get at holiday times. Yeah, the Christmas coins that are
the gelt, the Hanukkah gelt.
Yeah, the Hanukkah gelt. Well, it isn't just Hanukkah. I mean, we had it when I was a kid, and we were not of the Jewish persuasion, but still. So you took your hand, put it in the bowl, and you got silver dollars, casino chips, and gold wrapped chocolates.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you weren't able to solve it, which really a lot of the words were easy. There are 5-letter words. It wasn't like they were giving them Neil Bynes 9-letter words and expecting them to spell, who knows what. They were really easy words, and I mean, they only had 5 seconds, but a lot of times the audience was unable to do it. That was a great audience game, a great way to close the show with the music playing in the background. Oh, I wish I was old enough to go see the show. I mean, I would have been 18 at the time. Problem is, since it was at Caesar's Palace, I wonder if you had to be 21 to be on the show.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, and remember, this is around the time that the image of Las Vegas was changing to more of a family-friendly atmosphere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Brian Griffin sang a whole lot about it. We know about that.
Yeah, and WrestleMania 9, which was around this time at Caesar's Palace, they made a big deal saying, oh yeah, Vegas is like such a family-friendly place now that we can have WrestleMania in a parking lot in Caesar's Palace. No joke. It was actually in a parking lot in Caesar's Palace.
Well, because Caesar's Challenge was recording inside.
No, because didn't Caesar's Challenge not premiere till June?
That's the joke.
Oh, right.
Anywho.
That's the joke.
Yeah. But yeah, this was such a great show to be the last game show on NBC, the last daytime game show at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
And now, we've talked about this about other shows. There's been other shows which have popped up on Pluto TV, other Stephen J. Cannell shows. Greg mentioned it last week. Riptide is apparently part of the Film Rise.
Yeah, it should be. But I mean,
I think that it is.
It's not. I thought it was on Film Rise. It's not.
Oh.
Well, it's out there. I'm sure the estate of Stephen J. Cannell doesn't even know about it. Actually, there might be an issue there because Stephen J. Cannell and obviously Rick Rosner, you've got dual ownership there.
Yeah, and Michael DeBelco, who helped create the show as well. So there's that. An interesting thing that this is, file this under Today I Learned. There was actually an Israeli version of this show.
Wait, there's a Caesar's Palace in Israel?
I don't think they used the Caesar's branding. It was called Casino Olami, which translates to Global Casino. It was broadcast by Reshet. It's an Israeli television network.
I thought, wait a minute.
It literally translates to network.
Well, when you said Reshet, I thought, wait a minute. Dante Bichette has a channel in Israel.
No, Reshet.
No, it's Bo Bichette. Let's get it right. Not Dante. Well, Dante would have been 1993 for sure. So it's a timely reference, but it's Bo Bichette nowadays.
Yeah.
Not Boba Fett, Bo Bichette.
Where's Tamura Morrison when you need him, Chico?
I'm going to plead ignorance on this.
Well, guys, I think we're just about done talking about Caesar's Challenge, except I think we need to add one little thing, and Chico might be ineligible for this.
I might be.
You might be. We're going to do non-eBay prices right.
Okay.
Non-eBay prices right. And you're like, why is it non-eBay? Because look at my background. My background says, have you seen Caesar's Challenge now taping at Caesar's Palace? What that is, and I have it in my hand, even though, you can probably see it there. It's a button.
I cannot see it.
It's a button.
I see the button. I barely make it out, but I see it.
Okay, but it's the button that's the background on my Zoom. So, like I said, it's thematic for this week.
Okay.
Chico was there with me when I bought it 5 years ago.
Yes, I was.
That's why I'm deeming him ineligible.
And I'm totally cool with that.
And the thing is, I don't remember if you recall how much I paid for it.
I do not.
Okay.
But I'm going to stay out of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't this at the Gold and Silver?
No, it was at it was on the way back from the Gold and Silver.
Okay.
We ran into like some sort of little curiosity shop, which was Vegas oriented, and actually I believe it was Chico who brought it to my attention. Hey, Mike, do you see this? And he pointed this out, and he said, "You're going to buy that, aren't you?" And I said, "Damn right, I'm going to buy it."
I am. I did.
And lo and behold, I did. And Greg, here's what your job is.
Yeah.
Clock game style.
Okay.
How much did I pay for this pin?
Okay. Is it dollars and cents?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right.
And we're not including sales tax.
Okay, good. All right. First bid, right?
First bid, yes.
$9.99.
Lower.
$8.99.
Lower.
$7.99.
Lower.
$6.99.
Lower.
$5.99.
Lower.
$4.99.
Higher.
$5.
Yeah, it's that simple.
Okay. I was looking for my timer. It was like, oh god, I should probably be timing this. Oh, he got it. Okay, cool.
So now you understand why I paid $5 for this. And the thing is,
it's actually a really good button.
Well, but also, how the heck many of these could have survived? Because obviously this was worn by employees at Caesar's Palace, and I'm sure a ton of these got thrown away because they're like, okay, this doesn't have much value, especially after Caesar's Challenge got canceled. Unless
the employee kept it.
Yeah, obviously an employee kept it, or maybe there was some sort of overstock, but yeah, I mean, these couldn't be that easy to find. That's why I bought it more than anything else. It's like, okay, most of these probably got dumped in the trash, probably in 1993 by Caesar's Palace employees. Mm-hmm. But it's not for sale. I'm holding on to it. It goes along with my other things in my button collection. Oh, and actually, I can't wait till we start teaching again, and I can wear my lanyard to school, and I can have my buttons, like my Price is Right button, and actually...
somebody's gonna ask you, what's Caesar's challenge? And you're gonna look at them and say, I'm glad you asked.
115 of the podcast, baby! That's what I'm going to say. Episode 115.
Hey, you kids ever heard of a guy named Ahmad Rashad? And if not, I'm going to tell you about a show called NBA Inside Stuff.
That's exactly the answer I'll give. They've heard of NBA Inside Stuff. Did you watch it back in the early to mid-90s? No, you weren't alive? Too damn bad. You missed an era.
You missed an era. You missed Ahmad, and we'll obey, give you all the good stuff.
Oh, yeah. You found out everything about, again, Jason Kidd and Grant Hill and Chris Webber, all those folks.
All those folks. Scottie Pippen, like Charles Oakley, all those guys.
Oh, and of course we know that Ahmad Rashad became really good friends with Michael Jordan.
As we know in The Last Dance.
Exactly, yes. Well, that's it for this episode. I don't have any more buttons to pull out or any more trinkets. Caesar said stop. End this episode.
Caesar says stop.
Caesar says stop recording.
Okay. Caesar's challenge. It had Ahmad Rashad and a Centurion giving out casino chips and chocolate silver dollars. It was a thing on TV.
Oh, and we should also add, I'm terribly sorry, we've mentioned Chad Brown's other work in poker and stuff. We didn't mention Dan Doherty. Two things he's famous for. Well,
what's that?
He played a bodyguard on the Valentine's Day 1994 episode of, wait for it, Married with Children.
Oh, wow.
And actually on the same episode, there was a not known actress at the time named Jane Lynch. So you had Dan Doherty and Jane Lynch in the same episode.
Coach Sylvester was on Married with Children?
The host
of the reboot of The Weakest Link was on Married with Children.
That's what I said, Coach Sylvester.
No, the host of Hollywood Game Night.
That's what I said, Coach Sylvester.
Okay, anywho, Dan Doherty was played a security guard on Married with Children, the Valentine's Day of 1994 episode, but also, and I heard this led to some issues. Apparently, at some point, and this may be where that Zach Centurion comes into play. I doubt it though. He was an adult film actor.
Oh.
Yeah, and supposedly some word got out about it, and yeah, that's not necessarily something you want others to know. That's something you prefer to keep hidden. That's the episode, folks.
This got awkward soon. Well, just remains for us to cash out at the website. It was thingontv.com. There you can find all of our socials, all of our past episodes, and of course links to our good friends at Place B Nation Pop, where we do the weekly drops. And I believe this week we're covering
It's all the Thanksgiving stuff.
It's all the Thanksgiving stuff this week.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I should also note that by the time this episode airs on our regular feed, I am actually the guest this week on Monday on the Place to Be Nation wrestling feed on the Place to Be podcast with Justin and Scott. So this will be my first time as a guest because because we're going to be talking about the July 1991 MSG Network house show.
Are you inviting the gobbledygooker?
No, the gobbledygooker is not going to be invited. Although, guys, I know you heard about this, but last week at the Survivor Series, the gobbledygooker won the WWE 24/7 title. And they had a graphic that said, new WWE 24/7 champion, the gobbledygooker. And the best part is when he won the belt, he said, gobble, gobble, baby. And yes, that clip is going to be in the episode at the end. Gobble, gobble, baby!
I can't. Mike, take us home, would you please?
Now you know how I felt when I was on the ground with my pillow because I didn't want to talk about Quarter Country anymore. That pillow is still on the ground, by the way. I'll take a picture of it right now.
Caesar says it's time to end the episode, I think. Again, don't forget the socials.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah. 5 stars or Dan Doherty's going to come to your house. I don't know. Oh, my gosh. Oh, hey, next week. No, I'm sorry. I just looked at what's next week. Okay, first episode, cool. Second episode, Greg's going to go on a tangent. He's going to go on some sort of weird rant. I can just see it now.
Wait, what is next week?
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah! Yeah, next week, the second episode. I can't wait for this.
I'm looking for my sheets.
Why would I be angry about it? I love this episode. This is
I didn't
great.
say angry. I said you're going to go on a rant.
I'm not going on a rant. I love this. I've been waiting all year to talk about this.
Okay, I'm looking at the call sheet for next week, and yes, Greg is going to go on a rant.
Which one? The first or the second subject?
The second one.
Oh no, the second. I'm not going to go on a rant. I'm excited to cover the second subject.
Oh, we're all excited
because there's one person I want to talk about in the second episode. We all know.
Speaking of being excited, I got to put that episode on the list.
By the way, check Instagram right now.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And also, just to give you a teaser about the second episode, this I think is actually the most recent episode, or the most recent. I think this is the most recent series. Well, that we definitely covered.
This episode aired in the last year.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going too far back for this. It may be one of those episodes where you say, "Why are you covering it?" But this is one of those shows that I saw again within the last year, and I told Greg and I told Chico, and Greg I think still has it on his DVR.
I have it on DVD. I got to find the DVD of it.
That's how good it is. I told both of my compatriots about it, and Greg actually recorded it on DVD. It's something to behold.
It's something, all right.
So as Chico said, don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, and review. Don't forget to share. We all know why. And also don't forget 5 stars, nothing less, because we sat through friggin' Carter Country for you.
Yeah,
I don't want to sit through Carter Country for 4 stars.
I don't want to relive Carter Country again.
No, we're not reliving Carter Country.
No, and Mike, I don't want to hear you say anything bad about Manimal, okay? You sat through Carter Country. You could sit through an entire episode of Manimal.
I sat through an entire episode of Manimal.
Speaking of Manimal, it's time to end the show. Greg, roar us.
Wow!
Too much whirlpooling. All right, which letter would you like for us to place in its proper position, Neil? Let's put the D. The D, please. You have 10 seconds. Audience may we ask for absolute silence. Bandolier. I didn't know, so I put the D in.